All right, so are we live? I don't know if we're live or not. I'm gonna check my. YouTube here. I'll wait for people to fall in real quick. I was hoping to do like an hour straight. Now I just got distracted. All right, so let's just chill out for a second. I'm gonna take a drink. Looks like you got some. What is that, cereal, Simon, or what is that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, big bowl of oatmeal.
I went over that email I sent you yesterday with that lawyers and attorney stuff. Did you read that whole thing or no?
Not all of it.
Not all. Yeah, I distracted
I
you
read
from
like
reading.
half of it, and then
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, I distracted you with other things. Yes.
So you're having network problems.
Yeah, I was just like 20 minutes into my stream and it just decided to not want to work. And I reset my Wi-Fi connection and now I'm back online. We'll try to get like 20 minutes worth of podcasting again. All right, so what's that?
Go see about getting a late checkout.
Yes.
I'll see if I can do that.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be great. All right. So let's wait around here. I'm gonna put this back on this screen. I apologize about that. My Wi-Fi connection just decided to poop out on us, guys and girls. You know what? I'm just gonna jump right back into it. All right. So look, we talked about the Chris Marston fraud, how he pretended to be a lawyer when he was just in charge of the money. I had to get people to call him just to contact me. Kind of crazy, right? We went over the format for blasting media. So there's PDF downloadable links you can copy paste. We would be doing this for things like lawyers and attorneys as well. Kind of, I can hear my fan on my laptop. Is it getting hot? It's not too hot. So the format is solid. We've really refined it, and I wasn't willing to put myself out there and expect other people to participate in a Media Blast podcast under the ruse of frauds like Christopher Marson and the rest of the co-organizers of the People's Convoy. See, I mean, we went through extensive contact with me trying to get this worked out. My initial contact was before March 24th. We had talked on the phone a little bit, trying to get something going. I built this email, which we discussed here. Right, this big old long thing talking about all of our rights. And then I wanted to show y'all something. All right, look. So when I talk about my ideas and these people, like how I could run my own organization, those ideas are partly why. All right? And if I'm not going to be valued and be able to run with my ideas and run free, it's not going to work for me. I was willing to work in cadence with these people and start my own organization. I started a website as well, right? That way I can back up my ideas and my support onto my own network, because I don't know who to trust, right? And I definitely don't trust Marcus, Chris Young, Scott, Rebecca, any of them. Mike Landis. I don't trust any of them. And this right here is an example of why I don't trust Santa either. I'm about to roll up to him. He's right here, standing next to Oreo and the Black Preacher, and I coming from a group of like 4 or 5 people that was wanting to have a meeting talking about women need to be women and men need to be men, and they were concerned about Santa saying that, and other concerns about not following through and why we're sitting around and what the plan is, and wanted to express ideas and concerns. So I hopped in my car. I was getting ready to come to DC and hang out with Simon, so I was like, if we're gonna have a meeting, we need to have it. So I hopped in my car, I rode over here. Here we go.
Is this the round table over here? AJ leading the meeting over here? Hey, Santa. Hey, a couple people was wanting to have like a meeting, like a group, everybody involved, meeting type of deal, no streams, nothing, just have a chat. And I was like, well,
you and Rory went to that meeting, stabbed me in the back today while I was going to church.
how so?
That's what the report I got.
How'd we stab you in the back?
Said that
I am live right
you
now.
be leading the convoy, that you got better ideas than anybody here.
I said,
He said you could lead this convoy and you have better ideas than everybody here. Pretty much. And it's nothing that I haven't stated to him already. I told him that I could run my organization. I told him that I was getting ready to start my own. And this was at the meeting where I had to explain to him what the 10th Amendment was and show him things like this and the downloadable links so we could do the media blasts. Okay? So, yes, these are not new things. He already knew that I was interested in starting my own thing. And here's the deal. I already told him that I was willing to work in Cadence and work together, all right? But I'm not going to be subject to a dictatorship, okay? I'm an independent journalist. I don't answer to anybody, all right? And if you want my help, you have to respect me. Let's listen.
the lieutenant thing is the reason why you had the authority to kick me out of that meeting yesterday when I was just trying to come.
Here's the thing. He put me in charge of attorneys and lawyers, right? And I went for a little cruise. I did a little thinking. And when I got back to the property, I was like, all right, time to go to work. All right, I got to find Santa wherever Santa is, and I want to start asking him about building evidence against the fraud and the lies that the previous organizers displayed. So I went up to him. I went looking for him, and they just so happened to be in a meeting. I waited patiently to speak after 2 people, and I was like, I have something to add. Are we going to be pressing charges and filing reports and complaints over these lies and fraud that the previous organizers? Oh, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I told him, hey, look, the people at home, like you guys, y'all need and deserve the accountability and the peace of mind and the closure. And if you are going to continue supporting this type of movement, right? If we're going to be garnering the support of everybody at home, we have to give them the peace of mind that we're fighting for them. All right. And he didn't want us to go and start any crap with those organizers. And if he didn't want us protesting the organizers, how does he expect us to protest the federal government? Okay. It's silly. All right. I'm not going to be adhering to a dictatorship. All right. It's we the people. Now let's continue playing here.
It's just one of those things. It's like when we was at the Hagerstown, right? When the cops showed up, they went to the organizer bus, right? And then they came out. They're like, okay, who's in charge of this group? And you know what we all said? We said, everyone. We all are.
It's not the way here.
And it was empowering, dude. That's what we're talking about.
It's not the way it is here.
Okay, well,
It's not the way it is here.
Well,
That's not
you
the
know,
way it
I
is
think we
here.
need to have a meeting.
No, I don't give a fuck what you think
Well,
it
there-
should be. That's
Oh, you hear that? He's like, I think we need to have. I was like, I think we need to have a meeting. He's like, I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm gonna play it again.
not the way it is here.
Well, you know, I think we need to have a meeting.
No, I don't give a fuck what you think
Well,
it
there-
should be. That's the way it's going to be.
That's the way it's gonna
If
be.
you don't like it, then there's the
There,
fact.
there's other people here that think this.
That's fine. If they want to, we can live. Because I said that that's the way it's going to be at the very beginning. I've already dealt with a bunch of leadership. I'm not going to deal with it again. The
Bunch of-
ones that stabbed me in the back when we got there to go into D.C.
Didn't they stab us all in the back?
Yeah, they stabbed me personally in the back because I told them, I made them promise me that they wouldn't do what they did, and they've done it anyway.
I agree.
So I'm not
I think they
gonna have
stabbed
it
us
again.
all in the back.
Oh, I know they did. Oh, absolutely they did.
So it's not just about you.
I was the one on the stage making the statements.
And I was the one online making the
I
statements.
understand that. You're conflating the two. You're conflating the two. I'm the one that went nationally. Everybody knew.
This isn't broadcast nationally?
I don't know for sure.
There's 1,100 people watching right now.
Okay, but I'm just telling you, we're not going to run it that way. I'm going to have a board of advisors. I've already made this abundantly clear. I'm going to have a board of advisors, and they're going to advise me. I'm not a tyrant, but you're not going to be one of them because you're an insurrectionist.
How am I?
He called me an insurrectionist for expressing my concerns with my friends about what was going on. Concerns that he already knew about. Right? And if you're not willing to have a conversation and iron things out and talk, that's failed leadership. All right? Let's back up a couple seconds.
Going to advise me. I'm not a tyrant, but you're not going to be one of them because you're an insurrectionist.
How am I an insurrectionist?
Will you catch me gone? And all my people
I told
gone?
you in the meeting when we first talked in the restaurant, I said, hey, look, Grey Wolf was wanting to start an organization with me. And I told you, I was
Grey
like,
Wolf's out there looking for somebody to go with.
I don't agree with the Grey Wolf.
Well,
I told him I don't want nothing to do with those old organizers.
Grey Wolf's out there looking for somebody to join up with. I think that'd be a good idea.
No, I told him I didn't want nothing to do with anybody that's with those guys.
Come in here and start trying to start stuff in this convoy. I've had it with people like that.
We the people, man. We the people.
I understand that. This is my organization. I'm solely responsible.
It's his organization. It's all a bunch of my organization, my final say, my reputation. Is they're attacking my reputation. It's self-centered.
So I will make the final decision. Everything will rest on my shoulders. If that's the way it's going to be, then I'm going to be solely responsible for it. That's it. I've got some trusted people that have been with me since the very beginning. Those people are my advisors, not you.
He said those people are my advisors, not me. That's what he said. But the other day he made me a sergeant and asked me to canvass for attorneys and lawyers. So let's keep listening.
All right, y'all. And hey, Santa, I got one last question for you. If you're willing to pursue what happened with the fraud on the last organization, then I'll stick with you. The people at home, they need accountability that their dollars didn't go into a fraudulent
I agree
organization.
with that 110%. But as an organization, we're not going to do that. Now, I am about ready to do a live here with everybody because they're going after me personally. I was willing to take the high road.
They're going after him personally. Another me thing. All right? And he also stated that he's pulling one of the old organizers in to help organize this one. Okay, but it's his organization, it's his everything, right? And I don't want nothing to do with any of those old organizers. Santa was one of them. Let's keep listening.
And leave them alone. Now they're attacking my character.
Well, it's not just about your character. It's about everybody at home, dude, that has donated.
Do you understand? They are
They
attacking
need accountability.
me personally.
They're attacking everybody. We were just wanting to have a meeting. That's when it came up, right? And then we started talking about me being an No, I want to bring everybody together and raise our concerns.
You guys can't.
Concerns that we don't have to talk about when you're not here.
Well,
You see what I'm saying?
You can individually.
And even yesterday, I was like, can we call a community meeting?
I still hold to the fact that this convoy, we have bigger fish to fry than them as a convoy.
There's lots of different topics that need discussed.
I understand that. I am pissed off about some things I've heard too, and I will tell you, that there is going to be an audit of their records.
I know there is. Joe's doing it.
There's going to be 2 audits then.
Okay. And do you mind who else is?
No, I'm not going to tell that person's name, but I know.
Actually, there's everybody that filed and donated should be filing for an audit. IRS, what was it, 18909 or 14909, 13909? I'll have to double check on that. Let me talk to Joe, but there's a lot of people filing for audits.
There's going to be an audit.
Well, there's going to be lots of audits. Because we're all filing petitions to
That's the
audit.
beginning.
Yes.
What you do.
Foundation. That's
Yes.
the beginning.
But you don't need me to back you up on that.
Well,
you
I
don't
think-
need the convoy.
I think
That's
the
what
people-
you don't need the convoy to back you up on that.
Why
Well,
wouldn't
you asked me.
Why wouldn't we? If you expect us to trust you and expect that you had nothing to do with what just happened with the breakup, I mean, the guy was acting, having us all fire up our live streams, putting out fake information on our live streams just to mess with the media, lining up the trucks, having everybody pack up all their crap just to line up to disband and go set back up our camps. All right. He displayed acting traits. Okay. And we're about action, not acting. Let's go.
For attorneys and lawyers, is that not correct?
Hold on.
You don't need the convoy to back you up on that.
Well, you asked me to look for attorneys and lawyers, is that not correct? Okay. So
But
if
I've
I'm
done that. I want that for the protection of the people in this convoy.
for what?
In case we get arrested, we need people to represent us.
I agree.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
It is. It's one of the reasons. There's multiple. There's actually like 3 different things on why I would like to utilize attorneys, lawyers, and paralegals.
But you're not going to go around spreading stuff.
I
behind
didn't.
my
Listen,
back.
Santa. I was trying to have a community meeting to
You do that
raise.
with me. You do. I call community meetings, not you.
That's why I asked you yesterday to do it. There's people sitting right over there wanting to do one.
As y'all can see, not a very productive conversation. I got called an insurrectionist. He don't give a fuck what I think. He called me an agitator or something along those lines. It's silly. Every time, this is what I've been dealing with this whole time. Every time I raise a valid concern, I get pushed to the side. Look, I'm not out here just for the ride, y'all. I've been putting in work. You understand? I've been contacting other media outlets. I've gotten interviews with Red Pill 78. I've gotten interviews with Maverick Multimedia. Okay, I've been encouraging these other live streamers out here to do things like this. Everybody's just, they just push it to the side. They don't understand. Maybe they don't have the critical thinking ability to recognize a good idea when they see it. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they just don't have the critical thinking to recognize a good idea when they see it. Real recognize real, well, maybe there's just not a lot of real involved with this organization. When I stepped up, Santa was, in trouble with his speech. He was choked up for words. I said, "Hey, Santa, we are magistrates." He's like, "Oh, yeah, go ahead and explain that to those people." So I did. I had to explain it to him at dinner the night or two before. He was having an interview. He came to me for talking points. So did his mods. Why am I going to follow a leader that comes to me for leadership and doesn't respect me? Calls me an insurrectionist. Tells me I'm bringing stupidity to conversations when I'm trying to get accountability for the fraud and the lies that just occurred with the previous organization. Is that stupidity for wanting that accountability and that investigation and that lawsuit to happen? Right? The people at home want results. That should be step number 1. If you're regrouping and you're looking for, if you're trying to garner support, we already have the support. We already have it. If they're willing to expose the fraud, right? How's anybody going to trust a new organization again? What's the best way to gain trust and give people peace of mind? Well, by exposing the problem and being willing to fight for it. Now, when he's expecting me to ask for attorneys and lawyers for him, but not wanting to utilize them in the manners that are necessary, that's a problem to me. And I made it known. I've been talking about attorneys and lawyers and paralegals since day one, back in March, when this first started. Okay? And I almost got kicked out for it then. Just happened again. Deja fucking vu. Santa, I'm not rolling with you, dog. It ain't happening. David Rydell. No. I do not consent to your dictatorship. Okay? You're either going to respect me and my ideas, or I'm moving on with them.